What we're doing is closing an institution, and it's giving people new life opportunities and preparing people for those life opportunities. I think it's exciting and it's done differently. I think it will become a role model for how services could be closed and how we could transition people from one environment to another. And I think the centre of the whole project is the person. You know, the focus never leaves the person. And I think if that's maintained, it'll be a walk in the park.
Interesting.
To live within these walls for as long as they have, it'd be nice for them to get out. Well, there's lots of characters here.
Yeah. A, B, C, when you sing you begin with...
People with all completely different personalities who are like brothers and sisters to each other, who love each other at times but want to probably not kill each other, but you know, they get frustrated with each other. You know, you've got your quieter personalities and then you've got your louder personalities.
You getting ready?
Yeah, I'm getting ready. Oh.
That's Kathleen, my girlfriend.
You right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people lived in congregate care before 1 and 9 Allen Street opened, so they've lived in it for all their lives, and people are in their 50s and 60s. The facilities are old, they're maintained, but to a basic standard. It is home to people, but it's home because they haven't known another home right now. So people have been very resilient and very brave, I think, to live like that. I think there's a lot of tolerance as well. I think the people that live up there sometimes have to tolerate each other. But I am going to say there's a lot of love up there. There's a lot of staff who care and support people. But the reality is that people should be able to choose where they live, how they live, and who they live with. And that is just basic.
Why do I need you?
I'm a good artist.
Exactly. And you're a bit crazy.
Watch it, you. I am not crazy.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm crazy artist, you're a crazy art teacher.
Exactly.
You call me crazy, it takes one to know one. We all go into different houses. That'll look nice on my wall in my new house. Probably go out to a pub.
There's 29 people that will be moving out, and everyone predominantly has an intellectual disability, but there are a number of other people who also have physical disabilities, and there are some people who also have early onset dementia, so that that means we've had to plan around making sure that they are safe in their new environment. When I first met them, most people were fairly quiet. There were some people who clearly didn't like where they were living, and so their behaviours perhaps showed you that. They were a little bit more aggressive. But as time has gone on and people have got more used to the fact that they are in fact moving out of where they're living now, they're much more articulate, they're really excited about moving, and they're very clear about, I suppose, the individual things they want when they move out.
My girlfriend.
What's that?
It's the plans.
Our house?
Yes. So we've got them.
He's going to text me.
Yeah.
Everyone here?
Yes.
So for when I move into my new house, right?
Yeah.
Because my vision's not that crash hot. So I need to get clock.
Yep, okay, well that's good. Well, perhaps if Dan can write that down. So we really need to get 2 clocks. The last meeting we had, Colin, the architect, came to visit us. What did everyone think of Colin? Did he answer your questions?
He's good looking.
The thing that's been very, very important to people is trying to get the plans of the very last house, and that's in Lonsdale Street. So, here is one that has been sent to me. Now, the pink area is, should I call it the Lover's Lane? I don't know.
Ladies.
So the pink area has got 2 bedrooms and a lounge room and a little kitchen area, and that's for Rodney and for Kathleen. Yes, Greg.
There's a spare room called the Lover's Lane.
So who's going to live in Lonsdale Street? Whose house is it? So Kathleen, you're living in View Street. Kathleen, Rodney, Bernadette, you're living in Lonsdale Street, aren't you? It'll be really lovely to move into a new place together too, won't it? Because you're not living in the same place even now, are you?
No.
Okay. Well, that'll be really wonderful. Lover's Lane, exactly. Another Lover's Lane.
Don't worry about her. Forget about her.
Families didn't necessarily want change. Change can be quite scary because at the moment people live on site, and so they, wander down in the morning to their day service and wander back up. And so there's an element of freedom in that. But when you're living in a suburban street, there's that element of, well, if you go for a wander out, you're in the community then, and are you going to be vulnerable to other people? How a neighbour's going to treat my son or daughter or my brother or sister? I think it's more about really listening to people with a disability and understanding that their opinions about the way they live their life are very valid.
I'm going to have roses along there. There are roses. Got to be roses.
Yeah.
And what's happened is that people have been very consistent about what they've wanted and very firm about it. And I think that the staff have seen that people with a disability can make very real judgments about their life, and that we have to respect that. And that's how the houses have been created. And I think that's different to how things have been done in the past.
Yeah, I guess having been built, having organised the building of this was great at the time. And I did the negotiation because that's the way I could contribute. We had a huge mothers club. We had all sorts of people working for Oakley Centre. And it's been a wonderful help to us and to many parents since. But the houses were not designed like they are today.
Bruce is 66 in July, and back in those days, being cerebral palsied, it was called spastic, which is an awful expression. When kiddies would come along and sort of look at Bruce, because they're all different, the mothers would say, "Oh, come away, he's sick." So I used to say, "He's not sick. His thinking hasn't grown as quickly as yours has, but he knows all about things." It was very, very hard, and there were not sitters or carers, but that's what the situation was like back in those days. It's not like that today, thank goodness. They are people. Bruce wasn't a person.
She's not here today.
I think you've seen enough of the people that we support that they want to have the opportunity to live in their own home. And there's a lot of excitement about that. And that's fantastic to see. They want to be able to maintain relationships. They want to be able to engage and be involved in the community, They want to be able to have intimacy. They want to be able to experience their spiritual side, and they want to be supported in that. They want and deserve to have the best health possible and the best health support. They want to be able to be listened to. And I think what this project has done is actually listen to people. You know, actually listen to people. Not think you're listening, but to really hear what they're saying.
Thank you so much for coming today, and thank you so much for your work.
That's all right.
We now have, thanks to a whole lot of help, 5 blocks of land. Yes! I would like to thank you all for your work, for your investment in the Oakley Centre, for your enthusiasm and your passion to see people move from the congregate care facility to what will be some beautiful community homes. I ask that you stay with us on the journey, because the journey's another couple of years, so hang in there with us, and I ask for your continued support. Thank you very much.
I think the old way of doing things was always about doing it for them because it's quicker and you can get more done and you can just move to the next thing and you never really get to know somebody. You used to do things for people and now you do things with people. You teach them to be strong advocates for themselves and to speak up their minds and to do as much for themselves as they can.
No, I'd like to say thank you very much for the Sunday. I would like to say thank you very much for having a lovely, what's the word? I can't get it out.
Party?
Celebration.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for turning up. And I'm Barbara.
Street, sorry.
That's not Lonsdale.
No.
That's called Peanut Street.
I thought this was Lonsdale. Is this Lonsdale? Here we are.
This is South Street.
Lonsdale.
That's what it. Where's the sign?
Just up there. Is that it?
Is that our block of land?
It is indeed.
See, I told you the tree's gone.
Yeah, it sure has.
Gee, there's a lot of flowers and grass. Our unit's going to be just here where the Onyx is and where you two standing. It's going to be our unit there. It's not built yet, gee. It takes a long while to build a house. Have our first Christmas in our new unit?
Yes, we will.
Yeah. Can't wait to meet the neighbours.